Well, hello there once again, and welcome to Creative Real Estate Investing. We are going to start now with module number 3, and we're going to be talking all about options. In lesson 1, we're going to talk very briefly, it's a very short little video here, just what options are all about. Lesson 2 and 3 are quite a bit longer, and we're going to be dealing with the different types of options and how you can make use of them as well. So let's get started with today's presentation. So let's suppose that a person buys a property and they hold it for 12 months. They don't do anything. They just buy it, they hold it, and then they sell it at the end of the 12 months for a profit. The question is this person an investor? Some people will say yes. Some people will say no. Well, what happens if they were to do this 5 more times? So over the course of a year or several years, they buy these single-family homes, hold on to them for a short period of time, and then they sell them for a profit. Again, are they investors? Or are they simply the same as a stockbroker or a stock trader? Somebody who's buying a stock low and keeping their fingers crossed that it will increase in value and sell it at high. Well, people who invest in the stock market, many people are very educated and they invest strategically, and they invest based upon their knowledge of the stock market, but for a lot of people, they just simply invest in the stock market, hope that it goes up, and keep their fingers crossed, and if it goes up, then they sell the stock for a profit. However, the stock can also go down, and the thing is you have no control over the stock market. So it's going to go up, it's going to go down, so that is simply speculating. Now, I consider people who invest in real estate in such a manner to be speculators. They're not really, there can be a certain amount of educated investing with respect to buying and holding for a short period of time and selling. However, most people just simply jump in based upon their emotions. They see that the real estate market is going up on a regular basis. Back in 2006, 2007 in Western Canada in particular, there was a huge wave of appreciation where in Calgary, for example, the real estate market was going up 20-25% annually, and people were making a lot of money simply speculating in real estate. However, that type of speculation usually comes to an abrupt halt, and when it does, a lot of people can lose money very, very quickly because you can't control the real estate market. So it's really no different than investing in stock as a stock trader. That's why I personally consider it to be speculating, not investing. Now, with speculating, there's definitely some pros and cons to that. Let's take a look at a few of the pros. You definitely have a potential for high returns. Again, back in 2006, at some point in time, there was returns as high as 40% over the course of a year. So definitely there's the potential for high returns. And a lot of people get a real rush out of it. You know, the unknown, getting in there, buying it, not knowing when to get out, how much money they're going to make. Some people thrive on that adrenaline rush. Not myself personally, and definitely not my wife, but definitely some people do enjoy that. There is the in and out quickly, the liquidity. So you get into it, you're back out of it within 6 months, a year, whatever your time frame is, and you move on to the next opportunity. So it's not like a long-term buy and hold where you buy a property, you hold it for 5 years, minimum 10, 20 years, and you build the equity and take out cash flow. That's not what we're talking about here. You can generate large amounts of cash very, very quickly as well. Some of the cons with it, well, there's also the potential for negative returns. So you may anticipate the market's going to continue going up, but what happens if things come to a grinding halt and property values start to drop? You don't know how far the property values are going to drop, so you hang on. All of a sudden they drop from 2 or 3% down to 8%, then 15%. When do you sell? Do you hang on and hope for the market to come back up? That's the challenge with real estate. Unlike the stock market volatility is very sudden. It can drop a massive percentage, 20, 30% overnight, but it can also regain that percentage over the course of a day, 2 days, or a month. Real estate, it reacts much more slowly than that. So it could take several years before the real estate market rebounds back to where the property value was when it started that decline. The adrenaline rush can be great, but it can also cause you to experience that crash and the depression then. So what goes up comes down. Same thing with emotions. So people who are speculating, a lot of people that I know, they experience that adrenaline rush, but then you go back and you see them later and they're all bummed out because they've just lost, thousands and thousands of dollars as well. As liquid as real estate is, it can take too long to sell. It also depends on your mindset and belief. So when the market does crash, what a lot of people do is they keep hanging on and they chase the market. So as the prices continue to drop, they will reduce their price. In a market condition like that, you need to be aggressive. You need to get out quickly. What you have to do is you have to get ahead of the market. So if the market just crashed and prices went down by 5%, and you sense that they're going to crash further, then what you need to do is you need to get in there quick and sell yours at 10% loss. That way you get ahead of the market. It can also consume large amounts of cash. So again, if the market doesn't perform the way you expect, it takes longer to sell the property. You've got carrying costs, you've got financing costs, which can very quickly eat away at your profits and take money out of your pockets rather than eventually put money into your pockets. There's also the potential to create massive losses very quickly as well. And this is a big one that a lot of people don't realize, is that the profits from a real estate sale, when you do a sale such like this through speculation, it's 100% taxable. A lot of people think that there's the ability to use the capital gains deferral, and you can use that in real estate, but only in real estate holdings that you plan to hold for long term. If you are in real estate and you're doing anything that is deemed to be a quick sale or short term, then the profits that you generate are 100% taxable. Now, for myself personally and my wife, we both consider this to be risky. As tempting as it was for people to get into the game of speculating back in the mid to late 2000s, we were tempted as well. We chose not to. We chose to go the slow and steady route of the buy and hold, and we did some other things as well, but that was primarily what we were doing in real estate. Because we saw this as being a little bit too risky. And actually in hindsight, we were very happy we did. I do know several people who are quite close to me who lost a lot of money in the game of speculating. One friend in particular, she lost so much that she wasn't able to recover and hang on to her real estate holdings, and she ended up filing for personal bankruptcy. So there's definitely some cons with the speculating game. So what are the solutions in order to reduce the risk so that you can still participate in the potential benefits that there are with respect to speculating? Well, the biggest solution is options. And what an option is, very simply, it's a contract between two willing parties that gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset at a specific price and before a certain date. So I could agree to buy your property from you at an agreed upon price at some point in time in the future. We both agree on that. We write it down. We now have an option contract, but I'm not obliged to fulfill it. So it's not a purchase and sale contract. A purchase and sale contract means that I've agreed on a price and a time to buy it, and I'm committed to buying it. An option means that I have the option to purchase it at the future price and time. So that's a big difference. So what we're going to look at is how options work with real estate. In particular, we're going to spend some time how you can use options when it comes to speculation, specifically for land and or properties as well. So that's what we're going to cover in lesson 2. In lessons 3, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the more conventional options that you may already be aware of. You may or may not know how to do, or you've been participating already. So that's options in the rent to own, which include the sandwich lease options, as well as the purchase or tenant first lease option strategy. And I'm not teaching people how to do the lease options. I'm teaching people how to use the lease options in a creative way to make money and or save money or to exit from deals. So that's it for this intro on options, and we will see you in our next video, lesson 2, module 3. Thanks very much.